Ladies and or predicted flavored men, welcome back to the channel. My name is Zeno and I finally predicted something correctly, which is the elements and the weapons of both Cartetheyia and Lupa. Now, I mean, it was pretty obvious, but still, I thought Chikona was obvious to not be a pistol user. So you just never know with WuWa and Kuro. Like, they can really just throw you a curveball sometimes. But everything will be timestamped in the description below and on the YouTube bar, because there's a couple of things I want to talk about today. But first things first, I did put up a poll, a community poll, just on who's everyone's going to summon, and I'm surprised it's got 1,100 views, or 1,100 votes so far, considering my channel size. But looks like your boy's new wife, Cartetheyia, is winning. Yes, I spelt her name wrong. I've spelt it Cartetheyia. I might have been having a midlife crisis at 9 o'clock in the morning in bed when I made this poll, because it's my birthday, and yeah, no, not having a great day. I'm like, oh god, I'm getting older. And yeah, there's Cartetheyia, Chikona, Robin, Astra Yao at home, Lupa, close enough, welcome back, Vera, and then just, I've given up whatever I can, which is also kind of just like the all option. But yeah, no, nice to see that the community is summoning for my wife. I'm surprised Chikona's that low, which kind of sucks, but I guess next to Lupa now, next to Cartetheyia, it makes sense. And also, when we talk about Lupa, just at the end of the video, I'm going to leave a link in the description down below to another video on some lore to do with potentially the new place that we're going to visit, which is Sydneymar, because a wonderful community member named Sebastian on my video yesterday when I was discussing Lupa's drip marketing had this massive thing about the different lore and different things to do with like the architecture, the gladiator themes and Lupa pointing towards Rome, the spear and the weapon she's using actually being more of like a banner. And then there's the Sydneymar Sentinel as well, most likely like a griffin or a hippogriff, which is really cool. I love this stuff. So I just wanted to shout that out, and he got a lot of that information from Sydneymar's video, which goes into a bit more of a deep dive into the lore and stuff, potentially of Sydneymar and some of the things that have been in game. So I just thought that was really cool. So shout out to you, Sebastian. I think that's amazing that people are so just like interested in the game and the lore, and they want to share it with as many people as possible. So I wanted to kind of put that at the front of the video and not the end of the video. So I think that's fantastic. That's amazing, dude. Seriously, like, I love reading stuff like this. So it's in the comment itself is in my last video, but I'll leave it in a link to the video itself as well. So let's talk about Cartetheyia. So yeah, I finally got something correct. She is arrow and she is sword. It's kind of pretty obvious. Again, I said it yesterday, I would be so shocked if she was not arrow, just because like in the story of 2.2, she basically like becomes your eye, like Rover's eye that transforms, and she also gets the power to wield her sword, the sword that she got from Cantarella when it was fully fixed up, because she went around the tower and she fixed up the sword. And so I would just be utterly shocked if she was not arrow-based as an element. And she has normal sword as a weapon type, which makes sense to me because I believe Cartetheyia will be more of like sub-DPS support, maybe a debuffer, I think, in her normal like Cartetheyia form, and then Liberation, she probably transforms into Fleur-de-Lis. I've said this a few times, and most of the community has as well. And then she'll have like a bigger broad blade and be like fancy and have all these like flying swords and crap. So, but it makes perfect sense to me. And obviously you can take a look. I look at Pridewind and see types of weapons that may be available if you're on the low spender, free to play and casual side of the game. Luckily, swords have some of the best 5-star variants you can get, along with some pretty decent 4-stars as well. So a couple to shout out. Chun-Li's weapon, the Blazing Brilliance, 48% crit damage main stat, 12% attack boost. Also, just doing damage in general, you can get some resonance skill damage bonus as well. This is one of the best generalistic sword weapons. The Emerald of Genesis, obviously, everyone knows this one. Crit rate main stat, energy regen, attack percent boost. Fantastic. I really doubt Cartetheia's got anything to do with basic attacks and heavy attacks. I just don't think so. But, I mean, even as a stat stick, Cammy's weapon's got a 12% attack boost, crit rate main stat, high attack. Brant's probably not so much because it's got energy regen main stat. The Commando of Conviction's a decent 4-star option. I've used that before myself with a up to a what? There's 15% attack here, so 45% attack boost, which is pretty high. What else we got? There's a couple of other weapons that are like okay to use, but yeah. Emerald of Genesis, Chung-Li's weapon, and maybe Red Spring, Cammy's weapon, just because of the attack stat as a stat stick and the crit rate. So swords tend to have some of the better options. I've managed to get 3 5-star standard weapons myself. Now I've been playing for like, what, 3 to 4 months now, I think. So I've gotten Emerald of Genesis, I've gotten Cosmic Ripples, the Rectifier, and I've gotten Static Mist, the gun, just through the normal standard pulls that the game gives you for free. So high chance, and you can get a free weapon as well when you reach, I think it was like level 45 or whatever it was, account level 45. So there's a very high chance you at least have this. So, but Lupa, I want to talk a little bit more, just because I'm more, because like, I feel like Cartetheyia was kind of more on the obvious side of what she's probably going to be. So I'm not really too like surprised or shocked. Lupa, I mean, I kind of predicted she was going to be fusion. It was kind of obvious, all the flames. Broadblade, I kind of predicted, just because obviously they're going with a more... A few people have mentioned this recently in a few comments, and that one of the past surveys had you giving the option to Kura of like, hey, do you guys want us to make more weapon types, or do you want us to just make more really fancy weapons under the same weapon types? And I think most of the community voted for the just same weapon types, but just make whatever weapon you want. Hence why a character like Chikona is a pistol user, but she uses like a rapier style spear, even though she sings into a microphone. It's like really dumb. It's so silly. And then Zani is a gauntlet user, but uses a giant shield that transforms into like a charged blade greatsword. So I think that's what Lupa, they're just going to keep going down this path, which I think's fine, personally. Because like the more weapon variants you give, the harder it is to get more free-to-play casual options, especially as well. But fusion makes sense. We predicted fusion. A lot of people pointed it out, and I think too, she's going to be like a missing piece to the Chung-Li Brant team. Like Chung-Li and Brant can kind of buff each other, and they're going to be able to buff Lupa. Lupa buffs one of them. So if you want like a solid, like a solo fusion team, that might be on the lookout. Obviously, we don't have any kit details for quite a long while, actually. Not until what, the live stream? And we've still got to get through Zani's banner, Chikona's banner, and then Cartetheia's banner. I mean, we'll have details before then, but like we've still got a long time until Lupa comes out. So, but Broadblade's a little bit more sketchy on the options of weapons. There's only 3 5-stars for Broadblades. 2 of them are actually pretty good. But the free-to-play quote-unquote standard 5-star weapon, it's pretty crap. So Jinxi's weapon's kind of nuts. It kind of reminds me of Stringmaster, Yinlin's Stringmaster, the Rectifier, which I actually did just pick up for my Jeje, because it's kind of like an almost generalized weapon. It's got attribute damage bonus, which is like the best one you actually want. Casting your intro skill gives you 24% skill damage. Casting skill gives you more skill damage bonus, or whatever it is as well. And she's got crit rate main stat. That's pretty goddamn good. So if you're a Jinxie main, and there's a lot of these out there, maybe you're picking her up on one of the reruns, or you just picked her up on one of the reruns, or maybe you had her since the original release, maybe that'll be an extremely good option. Obviously, no need to be said, but they're best in slot options for all weapons, for all characters. They're always like a 20 to 30 to even up to like 40%, I think, is the max, like boost over the free-to-play options, but that's a really good Broadblade. Like, it's really good. And then Jian's, the Verdant Summit, it's pretty decent as well, with a crit damage main stat, damage bonus for all attributes 12%, and it increases heavy attack damage. So if Lupa doesn't have anything to do with heavy attacks, it's not going to be that good. But even then, just as a stat stick, right? 12% attribute, 48% crit damage, still pretty good. It's going to be better than the 4-star options, probably. The standard one kind of sucks. It's got attack as a main stat. Energy regen's fine. Everyone uses energy regen to some degree. But then it's when you use your skill, increase liberation damage, stacking up to 3 times, but it only lasts for 12 seconds. So unless Lupa is some form of character that spams skills into liberations or something, like really quickly within a short rotation time, I mean, it's possible, but it's just not likely. I'll pass on that. The only other one that's even remotely decent as a not even free to play, but just as a 4-star option is the Battle Pass weapon, because that's got crit rate as a main stat, and has up to a 20% attack boost by just doing basic or heavy attacks, which is pretty much like every character can just do a couple of basic attacks, and that's fine. All the other options are not that good. Like, a couple of them have energy regen, defense scaling. None of the others have anything crit related. I do believe Lupa will be a sub DPS to a main DPS, especially if she fits in with Brant and Chun-Li potentially as well. I don't think she's going to have anything to do with debuffs, kind of like how Chikona and Cartetheyia probably have something to do with, I mean, Chikona does, but Cartetheyia probably has something to do with the aero erosion debuff, hence why Chikona's coming out to potentially be like a best in slot support. I don't believe Lupa is going to have anything to do with a fusion-based debuff, so some weapons are off the table there. So, but yeah, I don't know, like, if you're looking for Lupa, I mean, if you got Jinxi's weapon, you're probably pretty good to go, honestly. Like, there's no doubt this will be very, very strong on her. Jian's maybe for a bit of a stat stick and stuff. Otherwise, free-to-play wise, let me know, because if I know, none of these weapons look very good at all. But that also doesn't, like, I mean, there's only been 5 broadswords in just over a year of the game, and 2 of them are a very average 4 stars. And one of them is Kalcharo, which is very hard to play, and he's not particularly great. So there's just not a lot of options. But also, just real quick before I leave, Lupa's design, now that we finally get to see the full actual design of the character, she's gorgeous. Of course she is. Maybe I'm a simple man. But like, I love seeing, like, if you actually zoom in, she's got little fangs. And I think I saw this in Garchesmack's video. He actually pointed out the fact that she looks like she might have a bit of a tail. Is she a furry? I don't know. Would I let her bite me? Absolutely. Like, look at her. Yes. I'm loving the design though. The little cufflets, because like the little potential Roman Greek mythology style inspired or whatever it may be. The different little medallions she's got there. You can see a Tassac mark on the side. It's nice seeing the actual full body shot in the colors now, because I wasn't 100% sure if she was actually like showing off a lot of skin or not, but it looks like she's wearing heels because of course she is. She's crazy. look at her eyes. She looks crazy. But she's got these like long boot / legging things as well. I love her design. She's fantastic. And just, I love her eyes as well. Absolutely, the yellow eyes, the little red pupil, absolutely love it. She looks really good. I can't wait to see her in the actual game, see what kind of personality she has. The fact that she's got a hand like a claw and she's got like potential fangs and a tail, she's probably going to be like more of a savage, like I love battle, I love combat. That's what I'm getting from it. So anyway, I'll leave it there. But yeah, there you go. That's my thoughts on Cartetheyia and Lupa, their elements, their weapons, some potential options, or maybe lack thereof options. And yeah, just a thanks again once again, thanks again to Sebastian in my last video for just giving like a really cool deep dive and typing out a ton of cool really lore about the potential Septimon and the Sentinel and the different stuff and the inspirations used potentially. So, and yeah, again, I'll leave a link in the description down below to Sydneymar's video if you're interested in that. But I'll leave the video there. So yeah, remember to follow me over on Twitter. Remember to subscribe if you're new. Like the video so YouTube thinks it doesn't suck. Join the Discord and chat to the community there. Become a member of the channel, blah, blah, blah. I'll catch you guys on the next one. So thank you very much for watching and or listening. And as always, my name is Zeno. And you guys take care now. And stay away from my wife. She's mine, goddammit. Mine. Mine. I need help.